has actually happened eMzansi sibhekile. Like, it feels like to me like we just scored an on goal, but there is no one who's saying anything. Who's no man, look, we just scored an own goal.
I'm here today to announce that the DA is going to today be launching legal action and mobilizing society against the intimidation and the threats of violence being peddled by the EFF and their members and public representatives across the country.
And I wanted to say very clearly, disorder and anarchy will not be allowed in South Africa. We will not allow those who want to spread anarchy to do what they like here in South Africa. We are a constitutional democracy.
Like, I don't watch TV, but Utsuyapega, like on YouTube or on the news, are they reporting this? Hell no! They're not. They're not reporting it. They're not saying anything about it. Ne? A couple of days before the national shutdown, we were told that finally we do have enough capacity for electricity. And since days before the strike, we went to stage 1. From there, electricity ibigati available. Ne? I even felt there's something wrong in my life. We usually that feeling that you like, no man, what is it that is wrong? Kandi, it's because electricity was available, of which it's something umuntu agade ayigcina. And it felt strange because, you know, I felt agitated. But no man, I have to charge my phone before okay so but then I'll remember, no man, they said there's no load shedding. And it's been a long time since we had no load shedding. And you ask yourself, why? Is it because of the strike? But anyway, angikho lapho. The offside that I think we just scored is that I listened to some political parties that they wanted to take EFF to the court. And the reason they wanted to take the EFF to the court was that they're going to hold them accountable if any looting or any destruction of a property or any violence happened. Yes, nobody wants looting. Nobody wants the violence to happen. Ne? But it is absurd that when the DA were doing their own striking, nobody took them to court to say, no guys, if things like this happen, you will be held accountable.
Growth, and it's stealing every single day from all of us. And that's what today's march is all about. Today's march is about starting to take power back and giving it back to the people of South Africa where it belongs.
Striking is a constitutional right. Everybody has that right to go and show up their views in terms of going out and strike. But it is not allowed that you can, while on strike, damage people's property and do things that are unlawful. And on the other hand, while I was just looking, I'm like looking on the other side that, I mean, that we do have like the police, we do have like law enforcers in South Africa, because when it was hitting where it hurts, we saw the police out there. And I think Uguti mina personally, it was just Uguti isabise a person, me and you. Uguti angahambi, ayo protester peacefully. Ne? Okay, this is where it confuses me the most. Maybe let me ask a question. Raise a hand if you feel Uguti, our main president, has actually disappointed us. What he promised, he never actually did. Ne? Okay, put it down. Raise your hand if Uguti, in load shedding, you believe that it can be solved either ke mhlambe siye ku stage 2 or whatsoever. Some month we do, some month we don't, and we're going to winter. What's going to happen to us? Ne? Raise your hand if like you're sick and tired about load shedding, if you're sick and tired about all the excuses that have been made. Uguti, no, no man, the coal was left outside, then kwafika imvula and all that stuff. Like the biggest company, and one of the biggest state-owned company. How can you do such a thing? Ne? Then they will do all those excuses. Ne? Okay, it's fine. They'll be complaining about, okay, there is old infrastructure that is being repaired now and then, right? Okay, then we do understand. Like they keep on making excuses and excuses and excuses and excuses every day about our daily suffering. Anyway, I have a video that is coming up titled, Who Chooses the President in South Africa? I've already done the script and everything. I've done my research. Stay tuned. Just subscribe, man. Just hit that button. Just subscribe or follow. You know? And one of the things I show you is that and the people that are producing the news while knowing the truth, it is not what it is. And if you check on the news, you'll see that one member of the AFF has been arrested, or some members they've been arrested. You will hear none about that. There has been a peaceful protest. There hasn't been any looting that they were saying it's going to happen. And you would see some people, they produced videos before it even happened that, no, man, this is what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen. Just to imitate you so that you don't practice your right to go and complain about what we are experiencing. And I felt a little bit taste of the dictators in South Africa while we're saying we are in democracy. But I felt like it was like, yay, if you go and protest, what if you would find you, maybe you are just outside of we're just going to arrest you. And we're just going to create whatever reason that we will create because you went out in a protest against that. There is no electricity in the country. Against that, you don't feel the president that is running the country right now is actually doing the right job. Ne? I always watch politics and everything at a certain distance. But today, I was like, no, man. If Gwamina Nyatsula, which means I am allowing Uguti, it's okay that we go through load shedding. It's okay that our economy is the worst ever, I believe. And what's so interesting is that during the previous president, things were not good. We're not good, but they were not at this level. And now and then, after 2 weeks or after 3 months, we'll hear about a certain agency in London or wheresoever, where it's coming from. And some of us, it was even the first time hearing about them. I know that South Africa has been downgraded to junk state because of certain X, Y, and Z. And now, I don't know where we are. Bapi, where are those agencies to rate us gay? According to the junk state, good escape. They are nowhere to be found. And I don't have answers for all of this. I am confused, but I'm sick and tired of Guti Situle and just say nothing. Ne? I think somehow they are using the fact that we cannot complain because we know Uguti, sibangcengile. Whether noma ubani oncengile la uncenge khona nawe mfethu ukuthi no yazi ukuthi I think about my kids. If ukuthi I force myself out, what is it going to happen? Yeah, well. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult because if you go through understanding the politics without having to belong into any political party, of which I don't belong into any political party. Ne? I don't. No, I don't. And when you see what they actually doing and when you take time to read, when you take time to read between the lines, because trust me, man, trust me, you will always have that thing with no, man. Yabona la, there's something wrong. Why are they doing this instead of this? Even Nengane can actually decide to see, we have to take such decisions, but they don't. I feel like if you keep quiet, you are part of the problem as well. Ne? Like, as I said, there's a video that is coming out. Next year, we're going to the elections, and I just want to highlight like the bigger picture in terms of how does the electoral progress goes, like what we know and what actually happened. And it's so surprising. Well, thank you for watching. That's me venting out. I mean, I feel like we just scored an own goal and nobody's saying